world! New title just recently came out from Class Comics. It's called Star-Crossed. This is written by Patrick Fillion and it's illustrated by Alexander. It's one of those artist names where it's just Alexander. The cover of this first issue is pretty awesome, but I can only show a very tiny portion of it, otherwise I'll be banned from YouTube. The best way of describing this title is sort of like Firefly meets Guardians of the Galaxy. It's an intergalactic crew going on space missions that are somewhat heroic, but at the same time they're also doing it for profit. We start off with one of the crew members whose name is Flamer. Yes, I'm being serious, his name is Flamer, let's move on. And he's being sold to an alien warlord by the name of Decker. He also has twin sons by the name of Ezit and Cruitt. But the whole idea of being sold to Decker was just a ploy to distract him. The other crew members to appear to help out is Captain Jung. One of our more favorite bug aliens, Locust, is also part of the crew. And finally, we also have the character known as Disco. Their mission was to go into the warlord's stronghold so they can get back the Prince of Equilibrio. I probably totally mispronounced that name. They're successful in this mission, and unfortunately for Decker and his sons, they're gonna have to pay a very steep price for losing this guy. I'm not really quite sure who the big bad is in this issue, but the guy does look like he's similar to Locust. He could just be an older member of his species, it's just somewhat more evil. At the end of this issue, we also have two one-page stories that are part of the strip show series. The first story gives a little bit of background on Decker and his two sons, while the second one-page story is a prequel setting up how Flamer is sold to the warlords. There's also a lot of pin-up art showing all of the individual characters that have appeared in this story. We get the images of them completely uniformed, and then they're partially uniformed, and then we get to see them completely naked. That's actually pretty cool. The artwork is pretty awesome. Alexander's a great artist. I was disappointed that the story was fairly short. It was only about 16 pages or so. I would have liked to have seen a bit more backstory on the characters or their mission and what they're planning on doing in the future. Or maybe have more bios included in this issue, just so a new reader who jumps on board will have some sort of idea about what's happening. There's obviously lots and lots of sex taking place in this, being that it is a Class Comics title. I personally like it when Class Comics explores alien sexuality, especially since alien sexuality, I would think, would have a lot of different context than what humans would be thinking. Keep that in mind if you read this comic book in regards to Decker and his two sons. So I personally thought this was a good first issue. It had a nice story at the beginning, two mini stories after that. We also had some pinup art showing the different characters with some fantastic artwork. If you're interested in reading this comic book, you want to go to classcomics.com and you can download it directly from there. And I will leave you at that. Thank you guys for watching me in this video. Be sure to check out my Patreon site when you get a chance. Check out my social media sites, my websites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. I know I say this all the time, but I feel like Class Comics could really benefit from a big title crossover with all of their superheroes, especially since this is similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. I could see them helping out some of the superheroes of Earth. I think a really big title crossover could come down the line and would be really played out nicely.